Hey guys, it's Denise Cooper. We're listening to Johnny Coltrane. I'm sorry, he's my Johnny, he's John Coltrane, the great. I do not own the rights to this music. I never say that, but yet, I'm still gonna get dinged anyway. They say I'm not in trouble when I play this song. I just get an email every single time I play it on live. So, as long as I'm not getting a strike and I've got it in the little description there, then I guess I'm good. I'm gonna change the actual title, because that's what I was supposed to be working on. So sorry. It is still the Blackout. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now live. It's the Blackout. I love it. How you guys doing? This is Denise Cooper, and yeah, I'm here on time and everything. It's just that, hey, I'm still working on it. It's the Blackout Year in books. And listening to Johnny. 2018. Come through. So we're going to be talking about the Bookpage. So, Bookpage, Rex, James Baldwin, and more. So now, I don't know if that can be saved since I'm online. Hello there. Hi, Kia Denae. Hi, KT. Hi, everyone. Hi, 3 people. Hi, and I haven't seen who's in there. Hey, there's Kia Denae. Hi, Kia Denae. And I am actually putting the title in. And I hit live, and I didn't mean to, like, right at 9 o'clock. I guess I could have just waited a little bit longer. So I really don't know what the title is right now. Hi, Musical Tati. Look at her. I literally just said, hi, Denise, streaming tonight. Laugh out loud. You said, hi, Denise, streaming. Is that what you said? Good evening, all. Hi, Bernie M. Hi, Katie. Hello. Here, baby, but babysitting. Oh, the little tyke. I love it. So maybe we'll play some John Coltrane for the baby. Is the baby asleep? And I haven't even done an introduction or anything. So we'll just play a little bit of the Johnny Coltrane. As you guys know, I have to. I think I'm on a different channel with this one. It's the same song. I listened to this a lot today when I was painting. And a book that I'll show you guys I'm listening to now. If you haven't already seen it on Goodreads. Turn it up for the baby. Hey, baby cakes. Hey, baby cakes. What's the baby's name, KT? Get off, Johnny. Alright, I guess I will join this world and stop looking at the monitor and chatting. So let's do an introduction, and we've said hello to one another, so I guess I will now say hello to you guys. Hello, you guys. Hello, Sabrina, my sister. I'm rocking your earrings this evening and the wonderful t-shirt that you gave me. My love for Marley is so strong. No, anyway, I truly love it, and I am so happy to just be able to be alive again and share my little passion for books that I got going on here, and art, and my life, and that's the art, books, and life was now live. I am another happy person because of the reason why. Let me see. I've got a lot of reasons to be grateful for. But anyway, this is Denise Cooper. This is Art Books Live. Welcome to Booktube Live on Saturdays and Sundays, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're not changing the times yet. So we're just going to keep it like this, and I may pop on live maybe in the middle of the week. Sometimes I didn't do it this week because some things were going on. I don't know what, other than the fact that I've got a newborn baby. Not that I had a baby, but I have a new granddaughter. Her name is London. Welcome to the beautiful green earth that belongs to God. Okay, so anyway, I love her. She's so beautiful, and I cannot believe that she weighed in at 8 pounds and 15 ounces, an ounce away from being 9 pounds, and my son DJ. was the biggest child I had, and he weighed exactly the same thing as our little London. So, well, our big London, okay? Because you see those pictures of her, I mean, she looked like a toddler. I mean, she's just gorgeous. What did little Toni Braxton do? But hello, KT's baby, and hopefully you are having a good time with the baby. And I can't wait to babysit London. I know her mom's getting used to her and everything. She's a registered RN. She actually is a labor and delivery nurse as well. So when she goes back to work, I'll be having some time with my baby. I can't wait. So anyway, and so that may be the only thing that interrupts the 9 p.m. or 6 p.m. lives on Saturday and Sunday. This is the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. Say what? It's the Blackout, where I read nothing but, or all, inclusive African American writers for the whole year of 2018. I have years like this. I just don't announce them. And I mean, those are years back before you guys even knew, before I even knew Booktube existed, and probably before Booktube did exist, because I'm an old gal. And thank God. I would not pay anybody to be young again. So I'm going to turn off Johnny, or just basically pause him. And that's that. So now I can actually hear myself, and hopefully you can hear me too. But tonight we're going to be talking about the Bookpage, because I love the Bookpage. I get this free from my library at the Fort Worth Library, and it's just gorgeous. I've always loved this cover, the Immortals list, on when I see it on Booktube, and it makes for a really beautiful cover. The only thing that is so black on here that when you, if your hands are like a little lotiony like mine are, it comes off on your hands. And I experienced that at work. So I was like, let me make sure my hands are dry and I get it all off, because I'm going to be flipping pages tonight. Basically looking through just quickly and talking about maybe some suggestions for the blackout that we can actually get from this particular book magazine. I love it. There's always really good articles in here and reviews. I like to read the reviews, because you guys know one thing that I love about having a channel and being committed to it is to try to, you know, do something or learn something different every single season or year. And I'm trying to get better than, you know, the normal Denise, where I would always just come on here and tell you about how passionate I am about something I read, or how it made me feel, or whatever, my little thoughts. And there's only a few times where I've watched some older videos, not really old, but like Behold the Dreamers and White Teeth. Those I did more of a closer review than I've done in, you know, other videos, when I'm just talking about how, oh, I love this book, and oh my gosh, you should get it, and you know, that kind of a thing. And I still will do that kind of a thing, because I'm a gusher. I'm not paid to write anybody's review. I like to actually write more than I actually like to speak. You cannot tell that, but that's what I like to do, because I'm a better writer than I am a spokesperson. And I'm not going to ever claim to want to even do 100% perfection review or critique anybody's book in a way that an actual critic would, like a Steve that's on Booktube. His name just escaped me, but I know his name is Steve. You guys know who I'm talking about. And so he does that for a living. I believe that's his job. Don't quote me, but I believe he does review books. And I've actually seen his name online where he's given a review or a blurb or something about a book. So in that respect, I just think that when you have a Booktube channel, you always want to learn different ways to edit, different ways to reach your audience, or different ways to reach each other and just discuss books. And this is just one of them. Going live has changed my Booktube channel. It's changed the way I approach talking about books, because I never feel like I should actually, or can actually, do any type of Behold the Dreamers review, or White Teeth reviews, or Toni Morrison review, or anything that I've done in the past on this channel. And my just impromptu talks and feels about a book like the Bernice McFadden, which I totally loved. I just literally had turned the page, and it was a crappy little video, and it gets worse every time you look at it, because it was on my regular laptop camera. And I noticed that when I go back and look at it, it's just terrible. It's grainy. It's just the regular laptop camera, so it's just not the best. But it's exactly how I felt as soon as that page turned, and I just went off the top of my head. So that is the type of book talk that I would like to do, not per se a book review, because when you read the definition, like I had a video the other day, it was pretty long, it was 44 minutes, didn't really plan on it being that long, but I just really enjoy that part of Booktube where I can do whatever I want to and create how I want to create the content that I want for this particular channel. And there are going to be long videos. I'm not going to ever say I'll do a whole bunch of short videos and I'll stop doing all these lives an hour and a half and 2 hours and what have you. I will stop making really long chats, or I won't read anymore. I'll just do the formula, and that way, you know, I can appease everyone. So I cannot commit to that, but yet I love doing those type of things as much as I possibly can because I actually enjoy watching them. That is an element that I love about Booktube, and because you can expect to see a Friday Reads, and I want to know what Tati's reading on Friday Reads, and I want to know, you know, what her end of the month was like. And I want to see KT do Vlogmas every year that she is willing to do it. I want to see those type of videos. And I like that Todd does tags. I've seen Todd do so many tags, it's not even funny. I'm like, Todd, where's the reviews at? But I like watching Todd do tags. And Cece talking about a genre that I haven't read much yet, but the books that I got to listen in audio, I believe Cece would approve. Okay, so I'm just saying, Cece, I'm getting on your level with the romance of the, you know, little hottie toddy books. So if you are just now tuning into this channel, and I've been here for 8 years, okay, oh my God, yeah, I think I get maybe 2 more years out of me on this channel, and then I got some stuff to do that I don't think anybody's gonna want to watch because it would probably be boring, because the things that I do don't require talking other than this. And so, yeah. And so maybe 2 more years. And that's kind of what I wanted to say after saying all that. So even still, I can look at some really old videos of when I first joined Booktube versus some of the things that I've done to playing characters to always try to keep myself entertained, and or just try to change things up, and also try to participate in some tags. Although I think the last tag I did was when Danny wanted me to do the New York by the book tag, and it was 3 videos long. So after that, I was like, I don't know how to do a tag. I don't know how to wrap stuff up. I just don't. And I'm so here for not wrapping stuff up. I like those kind of people. I'm one of those people. So am I going to hate me for doing a long video? No. So anyway, I'm going to look at this tonight and see what is in there that I can read this year. And I do want to re-show a book, a beautiful book that someone that happened to be in the chat book live, and hopefully she'll come back, and maybe she's here tonight because, you know, I'm going on and on. But I do want to say hello to everybody, and I did write down everyone's name, I think, the last Booktube. So this is just beautiful. I'm serious. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this again. And it's just beautiful. It's classy. It's, I can't take it. My sister and Cheryl Robinson have a classy way to pack a gift in a box. So this is the book that she sent to me, and I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see, but hopefully you guys can see it. Yes, this is X-Ray, and I did check my phone, and I did get the free book for the first of this trilogy. And so then I'll go and purchase the third one, since I got two free books, Cheryl. Okay, so, and I've learned that she's got more than just these 3 books. I think it was up to 11 or so, but we'll look at that. We'll talk about that, or did we already? I don't know, but no problem in rehashing that, right? My hands are like freezing. It's still kind of cold here in Texas, but no like alarming type of weather. We had some snow flurries on Thursday, I believe, and we thought we were going to get an ice day on Friday. Nah, we had to go. The sun came out. It was nice, but it was cool. And tonight, I think the temperature is lower. My son, DJ, he is at a concert in Dallas, Texas tonight. So he's going to get his little party on. He's a DJ, and he likes listening to DJs. So there's a DJ over there that he went to see. Why am I telling you all that on Booktube Live? Because it's part of my darn life. Anyway, so I can't read this, wait to read this. I'm actually going to be reading this year. So this is one of my independent authors, and I didn't have to purchase it, but not that I feel compelled. Not that I feel, not at all. Because the reason being is because I already have that big old set of books, and we're going to be also tomorrow, Sunday. Please come back because we're going to finish up the darn bookshelf tour for the Blackout, my Blackout bookshelf tour tomorrow, sitting in the living room and finishing up and going over the books and reading some synopsises. Can I say that word? Let me take a drink, a swig. There's nothing cuter than this. It's a Coke, a little tiny Coke can. Ding. My DJ bought those because he likes to try different rums. And the one he has is like an apple rum or something. He's like, Mom, this is good. Taste it. So I tasted it. I can't hang. It's really good, but I can't hang. So yes, I'm still holding up that book. I am so grateful. I just love it. And please refer to the unboxing that I did for Cheryl Robinson. And we'll be talking about her tonight again because I've got some audiobooks with her name on it. And the book a week and the painting a week. Where am I at with that? Now, I watched a little bit of my video for last Saturday to find out kind of how I felt about that first week. So I do want to talk about that just a little bit right now. How am I doing with my one book per week? So that's 52 books in a year, and my one painting per week for 52 paintings a year, and 1 pound off of my body. Ugh, I'm not doing great with that because I haven't really been exercising other than walking. And so I'm going to try to really get serious about that because in one whole year, I could be lazy and lose 52 pounds. That's a lie because I've been lazy and I haven't lost a dang dime. I've been gaining weight. As you probably guys you can see it. And I did want to address that because I can see it. And I know those of you who have been around have noticed I have put on a considerable amount of poundage. And it's not old lady happiness poundage. It's just me liking to eat so seriously about that and read my books and be snacking. I'll be reading and snacking. I'll be reading and snacking. It's almost like I can't even read a book without snacking. I have got to remedy that because I used to have popcorn a lot and I wasn't noticing any weight gain. It done turned from popcorn to Snicker bars or something, whatever, you know, like candy. I haven't eaten candy like I've been eating candy in years. I'm like, what's going on with me? Like, what's happening? But anyway, if you've noticed the weight gain and you be like, she needs to lose these 52 pounds this year. Um, I'm so here for it and I'm going to try harder. DJ went out walking or running yesterday and today I had planned on go walking. He goes, Mom, it's really cold out there. I'm going to the gym. So he didn't run today. He actually went to the gym. We belong to the same gym. You guys, I'm still paying a monthly fee for the gym and I don't go. I'm going to stop paying and put that money back to, like, I think I've told, I know I have told you guys on this channel where I go to Patreon and I like give to like a creator, like a YouTube creator like us, like $10 for like 6 months and do another person for, you know, whoever, like the Issa Rae, that's how she started. I mean, I think she even still asks people for like $2 a month. So, you know, I'm not rich. I just give $10 for 6 months and that's, you know, then move on to the next person. It's to encourage, to support and all that good stuff. So I'll be doing that with my gym money and hopefully spring will come really fast because I need to get my butt out there and walk because that's what I love to do mostly. And so if I figure I'm going to lose these 52 pounds this year, I want to do something that I actually love to do. And so I'm going to do that. So that is with the weight. That's my plans there. And then with the painting, I'm still looking at it. It's right behind you. And the last picture or the last little video that I put up with the James Baldwin book and Miles Davis and the painting, if you follow me on Instagram at Denise B Reading, that's as far as I've gotten. So I wanted it to be done before 9 p.m. However, I did not finish it. So I do not want to carry it into tomorrow, which is the beginning of another week. So that will be done this evening and I will get done with it before 12 a.m. and I will post a picture to Instagram. Finished or not, I have to be done with it and move on because I am not going to lose track of what I want to do this year. Also, I'm thinking I'm doing these things and I'm having a good time, you know, making some goals for myself this year. Then why not do something that I'm ready for. So January the 1st, I start locking my hair. I will show updates on my other channel because this is just not the channel for it. But you're definitely going to see my hair whenever you see my hair, whenever you see it. But, you know, don't be requesting on this channel because I'm not going to be doing lock updates over here. You can go over there for that. And I haven't really started. I think I did one where I talked about it because I was painting. I didn't have time to be sitting around there doing no hair care, whatever. And it's just going to be very quick. And it's just really going to be when I'm actually painting is when you're going to see my hair over there on that channel. So, and maybe I'll get better at that. I don't know. But how am I doing with the book? So that's the art. I plan on finishing that tonight. We talked about the 52 pounds, the 52. I'm on number 2 painting, and I'm the second week of the book. James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. Why haven't I read this every year of my life? Oh my goodness, you guys. Hello, everybody that's coming in the chat room. Hello. I'm sure that you guys are speaking to each other. I am going to check in as soon as I get finished talking a little bit about this book. The Fire Next Time, James Baldwin. You know, this is only 100 and let me see, 106 thing, I think. Let me see, because I just finished it today. I actually just finished it today. Around whenever I put it on Goodreads, it was around 4 something. That's when I stopped painting and I wanted to sit down and read the last. I had 12 pages to read before live. And I was like, okay, of course I can do that. But the thing is, this is a powerful something. This is that heavy light stuff that I love. And one of my favorite poets, Natasha Carrizosa, has a book called Heavy Light, and she's finishing up and she's in the editing process, and I can't wait to get her book. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, I don't know, but she put it on Instagram. I love her. I talked about her before, and Giselle, and I point that way because if you see that vase behind my head, Giselle Robinson, the poet that I featured, that is Natasha Carrizosa's best friend, and they're both two of my favorite poets of all time. So James Baldwin, talking about poetic. This is so incredible, and it's 106 pages. Yes, you can finish this in a day, but man, did I milk this sucker. I read it every single break, on lunch and at work, Monday through Friday this week. And I read it today, obviously. The first day that I read it, which was the beginning of this week, I said, okay, this is not a one-day read. This is something that I'm going to have to like devour in like paragraph by paragraph and just stop, just read it over and sit back and wonder. Like, there was a part in this book, the part where he meets Minister Farrakhan, not Minister Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad. And I laughed out loud. I literally laughed out loud. James Baldwin is so sure of who he is. You're not changing his mind. You're not going to make him do nothing. Okay? I don't care who you are, brother, foe, family, whatever. This book gets you inside of James Baldwin's head the way no other book that I've read of James Baldwin has. And rightfully so. I mean, it's the fire, gosh dang it, next time. I'm like, why? Okay, yes, I highly recommend it. So I'm going to stop. There goes a long, you know, that way I'm at least talking to somebody and not having my back turned to everybody. All right, so I'm going to look in the chat room and see how Booktube Live is doing. Hello, all 13 people. And let's see who's in the house. Let's see who's in the house. Okay, you guys are having a good time. I see Kia Denae with the crack up, big teeth grin laughs. So I literally just said, and that's where I left off, saying hi to Bernie and KT. Musical Tati says hi, Kia Denae and Bernie. And KT says, baby watching nursery rhymes on the computer, watching live on my phone. Hi, everyone. Grandson is Jackson. That's right, Jackson with the X. That is so cute. Don't be trying to steal that baby name. But it's so cute. I love that. And so everyone is saying hello to one another. And congrats on your new baby, Denise. Thank you, KT. You know, the first thing I did, hold her and then sniff her breath. Oh my gosh, this baby breath smells like fresh water to me or something. It just, new baby smell. I love it. And she said she's got The Known World Today by Edward P. Jones. The Known World is really good. I remember um, years ago when I first started this channel, I read a little bit of The Known World by Edward P. Jones, and I was so nervous. And I look back at that video, and that video is probably on private, like a lot of my videos are, and maybe I'll unprivate all of them one day, but it takes a lot of time to do that. And because I sat down to do that one day, and it's time consuming, and I don't have time for that. But yeah, it's really good. I hope you enjoy it. It's a different take, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And the cover is so beautiful. And I know I showed you guys all on Hagar's Children, and I love the covers. I bought them both at the same time, and just really wanted to read a Pulitzer Prize winning book. I remember the day that I bought it, I was like, I want to read a very good, Pulitzer Prize winning book, somebody that I don't know. And I got those two books, and years later I still haven't read On Hagar's Children. So I started with the one he won the prize for. And she says, KT says, I really like that book, Tati. I even got my mom to read it. And we were talking about watching, okay, going down. Hi, Denise Rader. How are you? Hi, pretty brown-eyed Rita. Hi, everyone, she says. Hi, Alicia. Everyone is saying hello. Hey, Comfy Cozy Up, CC, the most fashionable woman on Booktube. And hi, says everybody. Hi, pretty brown-eyed Reader. Everybody's saying hello. And let me keep scrolling. Thank you, Musical Toddy, says Comfy Cozy Up. Oh, she said she just watched about 4 videos of hers. I'm so behind from the holidays. Yeah, and you know what? I had never used it before until Kathleen Ann. She puts her videos in watch later. I know you guys probably do that, but literally it's because I would notice that she'd be commenting. I get these notifications all of a sudden, like back to back to back from Kathleen Ann, and it was from like older videos, and so she's watching my videos in order. I was like, that is so cool. So I started doing that, putting everything in watch later, and so I can get caught up properly instead of just going to the brand new video, because I would still like for people to go back and look at some of my older videos, and that way you can not that I don't mind questions, because nobody asked me of questions. I even asked people if you would like for me to do a QA, but since I tell every darn thing that you probably don't, I don't need one. But nobody asked any questions, and so I never did one. I did my own with the art, and that's the last Q&A I did. Those were questions that I had in 2016. If you were around, I did it on Booktube Live, I believe, on 2 Sundays. It took 2 Sundays for me to answer these 10 questions that I asked of myself, and that's it. So I did that, and I was checking that book out. I want to read the first book in the series, and so DJ is the DJ, likes to go see DJs. Tati says yes, he does, and I think that's kind of what makes him better. He's actually studying his craft. The guy that he's going to see now, when we used to live over there in my neighborhood, when I used to do the in my neighborhood videos with Leon Bridges, when we used to just walk to go see Leon. Now he's all big. I ain't seen Leon since, but we used to go to see a lot of live shows in that area, and there's this DJ that we went to see, and I forget his name, Squanto or something like that, and we saw him the first time when we lived in the other neighborhood. And DJ's been going to see him every time he comes to Fort Worth or Dallas, and he follows him around. The kid is really, really good on all that instruments. And so DJ makes his own music as well. And I'm thinking, kid, why haven't you made music for my BookTube channel? So he's like, I'll hook you up, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, that was like a long time ago. And I keep reminding him. But I just think my son is shy, but he's got that, that really cool dry sense of humor. You guys saw him. If you did watch it, if you have not seen DJ do the intro for the Blackout, I was literally just filming him. I'm thinking we're just going to warm this kid up but we can never get a straight answer out of DJ. He's like that all the time. And he's an introvert, like myself. He doesn't have friends over, and neither do I. He's just a DJ. Literally so into music, it's ridiculous. DJ, I love John Coltrane. You guys know that. DJ knows more about them. He has John Coltrane albums. I ain't never bought a John Coltrane album. I'm just going to put it out there right now. But I listen to John Coltrane every day. Okay, I do. But DJ's got the albums, Love Supreme and everything. And so he's got albums. I don't even have that stuff that my son has. I don't even have a record player. The record player is in his room. I'll be like, DJ, can I play your records? Hmm. He's truly a DJ. He loves music and he likes to read. He likes to always read a big book. He's still reading Dostoevsky or whatever, but and he's read Native Son, which I love. But DJ school in Florida, they read that in school. We didn't read that in school, and that's of course, the Richard Wright book that I've read 3 times. So, anywho, comfy cozy up. And then there's musical Tati. Girl, every time I see my pregnant chin and jelly neck, hold on. I'm like, get your shucks together. Tati says, girl, can we do this together? I'm serious. And I only said 52 because I'm not going to sit up here and go, I know I need to lose 100 and something pounds, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all and be talking about, I've read this today and read this today. You know how reading is. You usually sit on your behind. So I'm not going to be on the treadmill. I've tried that. I've tried treadmill reading. I don't like it because they got all that music and all the TVs up there. And so I end up watching some, Rihanna video over here, this over there. I mean, they just got too much going on for me to be reading. And I've also tried listening to the audio. On my audio, I have N.K. Jemisin, The Fifth Season. I tried that at the gym. I can't stay focused. That book is too good and you're going to miss something. And it's just the chatter and the music and I just can't do it. So I'm like, I need to make sure that walking becomes my hobby again, that it becomes the first thing that I do in the morning, because when I roll out of my bed, which is right there, I'm looking at my art and I want to paint. And so I get up early and I paint. Or the book stand right by my bed, I just turn on the little lamplight I got over there, roll over and start reading on the weekends. And so, no, I'm going to have to get back into 7 a.m., get your butt out the door, Denise, and then come home, take a shower. Then you can read. I'm going to have to earn my reading. I'm going to have to earn my painting, because I literally will sit here and go, dang, this is seriously a privilege. People are going through all kind of things all over the world, and I'm sitting on my privilege behind, getting fatter and reading books and painting. How privileged is that? And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I don't want to be the detriment to my health. Like, it's like I get winded coming up the stairs. I used to didn't get winded when I was walking. I was trotting up the stairs like, what? I know I'm 50 something, but I can beat you, that kind of a thing. I don't have that anymore because I haven't been working that muscle. I finally got my shoulders to stop hurting. I kid you not. Doing a painting a week and constantly, you guys know how high I put mine, because I actually get on my tippy toes and staple that thing up there, my canvas, and then I have to stretch. And yeah, it kind of hurts right now, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it did that first week. And so, yeah, I need to get to working out. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. When I see myself, I go, ooh, Denise, you need to take that book and run. But I can listen to audiobooks when I'm walking. So that's a more peaceful atmosphere. So I'm going to have to do that. And definitely, she's on my radar for reading this year. And I found out about her. Of course, I saw her book on Booktube all over the place, but I just wasn't intrigued to read it. I just thought it was way too far out fantasy. I don't know who this N.K. Jemisin is. I thought it was a guy because of the whole initials thing that women do with their books. And so I wasn't intrigued. And then I found out by reading last year W. Kamau Bell and how much I love that book. And he talks about this friend that he had growing up. And she becomes this, New York Times book-selling author, N.K. Jemisin. So N.K. Jemisin is W.K. W. whatever I just said, Kamau Bell's friend from childhood. And I'm like, what? I got that book on the audio, so now I can just go walk and read or listen. So that's what I'm going to do. Tati, we're going to work these chins out because I see mine. I see it. I see it. Anyway, but we're going to talk about some James Baldwin recommendations since I have completed this book this week, I went around and got some James Baldwin books off my shelf since it is still January and I finished my J. California Cooper book last week. I'm going to show some of the books that I have for her. So all this year I'll be showing recommendations. So if I read a book, an author, and I have some of them on my shelf, I do want to pull those books off the shelf and actually just show them during live for recommendation purposes. Because remember, I'm only reading the books that are on the shelf for the Blackout and the ones that I buy this year and the ones that are gifted to me. I'm just going to keep adding. But anyway, I'll just go around and get those books. Now let me see. Kia Denae says, I'm on that same fat girl boat with you. No, you ain't. No, just joking. I want to jump off, but I can't leave my Cheetos. So Cheetos is your weakness? Oh my goodness. What is my weakness? A whole bunch of stuff. So tonight I cooked. One of my weaknesses, I'm not going to lie, and I had my son make it tonight because I was in here trying to get things done with the painting and everything. I said, I made, because for my boys, I keep telling them I'm going to cook for them once a month. So he likes those big old smoked neck bones. Not smoked neck bones. I like those too, but smoked turkey wings. So I put them in the crock pot and I seasoned them with barbecue sauce and everything. So they're just like dripping good. And greens and cornbread and baked potato. That's it. So I said, you know what? I'll do the meat. I'll put it in there for you because it'll cook all day and I can do my painting and get caught up. And you're going to make the cornbread. I got everything out for him. Like, you know, I put sage in my cornbread because we don't even buy sugar anymore, me and DJ. So I love sage cornbread. It's how I make my actual dressing. And so sage and butter and, you know, seasoning and everything. And he made the cornbread and it was so good. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then every time you eat dinner, then you want something sweet. So I'm like, DJ, could you go get me? Okay, just give me some bananas. So bananas is my dessert. I love bananas. Don't get me wrong, I do. I love banana smoothies, but come on, all the time. All the time, Denise. So I'm going to get better at that. And the walking 10 and 12 miles like I used to will combat some of the eating, I'm hoping, because that's what used to help me lose weight is the workout, not slimming down what I'm eating. The workout works best for me. And that's what I need to get into. Both would be perfect. So I'll work on both, but the workout's got to come in. Anyway, hi, I found this great book. Hello, everyone. I'm starting the Blackout 2018 with a memoir of the great jazz pianist Willie the Lion Smith. Definitely getting ready to look him up right now on Google. Willie the Lion Smith, how is it? And how many pages are you in? Are you loving it? Do you like it? Is it great? Is his music great? I need to know. I'm going to look him up and be playing him after when I finish my painting. Hopefully it's something that is easy to listen to. Willie! And let me go back to live so I can actually see what he is saying again. And it's called Willie the Lion Smith. Oh, there we go. Does my mind, you see how short spanned I am? I'm old. Willie the Lion. There we go. See, it comes up anyway. All right, so Willie the Lion Smith. All right, Dapper Dan, you got on the black top hat. Okay. So hi, Willie. He's an American jazz pianist. And talking about piano, you guys know I open up this and close this and be listening to John Coltrane's My Favorite Things. I've never seen The Sound of Music movie ever, and I know that's where that song comes from, and he just made it better, obviously, because it's, I think, more popular than the song. I don't know, but to me it is. So the piano in My Favorite Things is so hypnotically beautiful to me, and I listen to it every day. I have OCD issues. If you have not figured this out yet, that's and I applaud it. I welcome it into my world. It helps me to just be who I am. You know, I'm not going to apologize for it, but it's something that I actually need in my life. And so before I listened to that every single day, what did I used to listen to every day? Like books, you guys have known by now. I constantly say I reread passages, I reread paragraphs. I will go back and read a whole chapter before I finish the book. It's an OCD issue. I don't give a dang if it's a problem to some people. I welcome it. I hate that it's a problem for other people, because maybe it's a problem, their part, that what their issue with OCD may be different than mine, and so I'm not knocking that. I hate that if somebody has a problem where it interferes with their life. The way I am OCD-ish, it doesn't interfere. It actually enhances my experience. So, like the Common B, the CD is called B-E. It's one of my favorite Common CD, and he's like one of my favorite artists. And that CD, from start to finish, to me, to me, and whatever, how it connects to me, because, you know, the last poets are on it. It is perfection. And Kanye West is on it. And that CD will make you wish that Kanye West and Common did CDs every year together, because they are perfect together. And John Legend is on it. The young guy, I forget his name. Beautiful guy. Anyway, not going to remember his name, but I can see him in my head. He's got the really beautiful high voice. Anyway, he's on it. It's just amazing. And I would literally get in my car and I'd have to play that CD, and it's so darn good. The Corner, I told my kids when I die, y'all better play The Corner and John Coltrane. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you heard me say it here on live YouTube. The Corner by Common on the B album, right? And go John Coltrane, my favorite things. Those are my favorite things. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to listen to Mr. Willie Lyon Smith. Thank you so much for that suggestion. And I'm going to be putting that down there. And I have to add more people, because I've been finding more booktubers, and I'll be adding them on the description box tonight after the show. So if you guys have any, again, please let me know. I did copy and paste the last one, and I sent it to myself on email, and nothing happened. So I'm going to have to maybe send it to my notes or something and make sure it saves on the notes and then put it to my email. So yeah, there went that conversation. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I'm missing stuff. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. So last weekend, and I'm going to show you some books too, because it is currently 9:42 and I want to show these stacks and the actual audiobooks that I got from the library. So just to do some shout outs, because this is going to be the shout out portion of this video. And if you are here in this live, then I'll shout you out tomorrow if I miss you. So last weekend, I missed some people. I was like, oh my gosh, they were there. Oh my gosh. So, and I have, and I'm just going to run through these. There were 19 people: Kia Denae, Angela D, Denise Rader, Onyx Pages, Najiri, Venitra's Book Club, and she's got an amazing Booktube channel that just started. And I say amazing, and she only got like one video, but I'm just two videos, like an intro video and then her video. And so far, I think that's the only one she has. And she said last weekend, she said this is like literary church, and so I wrote that beside her name. Bernice McCoy, I believe she's the one that said that. And then Bernice McCoy, hi. Bernie M, I'm sorry, Bernie M, Phyllis Rhodes, Randy Parks, my internet husband. I've been knowing Randy Parks. I don't know, I've never met Randy Parks ever in person. The internet has been around for quite some time, but I'm telling you, once the internet became a thing, I've noticed him on. We've just known each other on the internet before all these, you know, wonderful places to visit people on the internet were or came about. So hi, Randy Parks. And he gave me an internet ring and everything. We husband and wife on the internet. We don't know each other, but we husband and wife on the internet. He's just a cool dude, man. I'm telling you, it's just so cool to know that you've known somebody this long on the internet. I'm talking like Florida. I've been here 9 years. So Florida, I've known, man, that's a long, long time. Like I think he said 12 years or something to know somebody on the internet and never met them, and just pop up every once in a while and say, hey. So hi, Randy. And then I found this great book, Jen the Capricorn, Ashley J, Monica Reeds, Emma Richardson, Ryan Bradford, Cheryl Robinson, the writer, Michelle M, musical Tati, the moderator, and KT, the moderator. So that's who was here last Saturday. And if I missed anybody, I don't think I did, because I think I wrote down everything. And I don't think I'd missed anybody. So for recommendations for James Baldwin, since I'm reading him this month, as I just said, I went around the house and got some books to show you some of the books I have for James Baldwin. Some of them I couldn't find. I was like, oh, they're on the Blackout bookshelf. There's another one that I have. But anyway, so the Amen Corner. And at one particular time, you guys know how I am if you've watched this channel. I will always say, oh my God, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Girl, okay? So, James, the Amen Corner, all right? And this is a play. And well, when I was reading this, I remember, like, if you read a few James Baldwin books that he wrote around the same time, they're kind of like the same characters you'll see, or the same kind of flavor, that churchy vibe. You know, he's, you know, the songs, the hymns, the church atmosphere, and yeah, these books are going to fall. And just, I loved it. And then when I read this one, I'm like, I think I like this one the best. And so it's really good. So I do recommend that one. And then If Beale Street Could Talk, that one has this awesome James Baldwin picture on the back. The library glue's still on there because I want to protect it. I don't want it to tear up. So this is If Beale Street Could Talk. I remember I had 2 of these, and I gave one to my daughter. And we both read it, and we both liked it. But the ending was make you cuss. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And then this is my tore up version of Go Tell It on the Mountain, which I absolutely love. I shouldn't have read it. It's a collector's item. You see, it's a mess, and it's very old and decrepit. And look at the red on the sides of the pages, and check it out. It's just falling apart. So Angie Fail over at Epic Fail, she has a booktube channel. She actually reached out to me because she saw that terrible copy, and she gave me, or sent me, 2 James Baldwin books, I believe, and to make up for that terrible one I had. So it's in the stack as well. James Baldwin, Going to Meet the Man. And this is one of the old decrepit ones that I just collected. And this one's green. And I'm not going to read this one because I've learned my lesson with that one. So I actually checked this out at the library, and I listened to it on audio when I was painting. I think, did I read that one last year? No, the year before. Excuse me. And Giovanni's Room, which I did read this copy. That's why it's kind of all tore up. I even put tape on it. This is another one that has the green on the edges. So Sabrina, my sister, I'm going to have some recommendations for you. I'm not going to recommend James Baldwin to you. No, I'm not. And you guys say, why ain't you recommending that to my sister? Because I know my sister. So, but I would recommend this James Baldwin to my sister. And to take a week like I did to read it. It's only 106 pages, but seriously, enjoy it. His voice. It's not enjoyable to read like, oh my God, this is about the sun, the moon, and the stars and love. No. No. This is deep, James Baldwin. This is deep. So anyway, then I have Going to Meet the Man again, right? So now that copy I could like read if I wanted to read it again. Go Tell It on the Mountain. This is the one that Angie gave me for replacing the terrible one I had. And this was Another Country, James Baldwin. So J for January is also for James Baldwin. And Angie gave me this one, this beautiful copy. And I did not have this one at all. She just gave this to me, and I'm still happy, and I still am so terrible about sending a thank you card. It's probably still sitting on my sewing machine desk. Anyway, The Devil Finds Work, essays, okay? If Van Gogh was our 19th century artist saint, then James Baldwin is our 20th century one. Okay, so says Michael Ondajetti, and that's a beautiful brand new looking book from Angie Fail, and that beautiful picture of James Baldwin. Man, this dude, Danny. Yeah, you can't think about James Baldwin and not think about Danny. If you are new to BookTube, Danny is Danielle. I think she's taken down her BookTube channel. But don't quote me. Hopefully it's still up to show her James Baldwin videos. She has, oh man, her videos were like school. Like I actually, you know, reached out to a teacher on Facebook that I know and asked her, you know, you need to look at this video and share this with it. It's my artist friend. She's a school teacher. And please show these videos to your class. Danielle's videos were so amazing. They were class level, college level, high school level, junior high, whatever. And it's just an amazing, it was such an amazing collection of videos. So yeah, just you never know who needs to see your videos, especially when you put them that well together. So those are the James Baldwin Recs if you want to read any of those. Like I said, I think I told you each one that I have read. I really enjoyed Another Country. I enjoyed it so much I got a t-shirt and a hat. It says Another Country, and then Baldwin is right behind me. So Sabrina, again, J. California Cooper. And so these are, that's the first one I read. I'm sorry for just flipping it up there like that. Wild Stars, Seeking Midnight Suns. And I read that last week. And so these are some Homemade Love by J. California Cooper. Notice the last name? Anyway, I really totally enjoy her book, and I'm glad I read her every single year. And this is my favorite so far, J. California Cooper, but it's kind of hard to say just favorite and just like pick out. Sometimes you just got to enjoy from what they are and stop trying to pick out. But we're human, and that's what we do. And I love the cover. The cover definitely goes along with the story. Goes along with the story, yes it does. I was so happy to look at the cover when I finished the story, because the story and the cover goes along with each other. Yes, it does. I have to do that because I'm crazy. Anyway, some love, some pain, some time. You guys, I really enjoyed this one too. I laughed, I think, more at this one than anything. It was fun just to sit with her. And then, same book, but hardcover. So, yeah, some OCD issues. So maybe I'll send that hardcover because it's beautiful. I think I'll send that one to my sister. How about that, Sabrina? So that one's yours, baby girl. Actually, I'm the baby girl. She older than me. So now we're going to talk about the book haul, and I'm actually going to take a break and talk to everybody. It is 8 minutes till. Can I do it in 8 minutes? Can I do it? Can I do it in 8 minutes? Look at my shirt. Look at my girls and my shirt. That was so uncalled for. But anyway, it was needed. I don't know. I don't really care. Let me see what y'all saying. Like, stop, Denise. Cut it out. Freeform lady. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Freeform lady. I love her accent. I really do. How are you? I love to watch the later playlist. Yes, the later playlist we were talking about. Because it just helps. It helps to keep up with the videos. Because like when you have a new video pop up, it reminds me, don't watch that one. Go back and watch the other ones. And even if I'm like over there painting and I'll watch, and then I'll come over and click like, and then go back to painting or whatever, or I just love it. So I'm always watching and listening and watching and listening. And anyway, so I love the later playlist. That's where I was. The watch later list is my salvation, says Tati. And Freeform Lady says, I had about 180 last week, but I had some time off and got it under 50 now. Oh, see, okay. Being a content creator, Freeform Lady, and watching all those videos, how are you doing it? Because your videos are well put together and your editing is good. And I really love it when you be sitting in your car talking. I do. It feels like you have a friend. You got a friend in me? That kind of a thing. Hey, Terry Beth. I'm going to have to write that down. And Terry Beth says, newbie unlurking to say hi. You're unlurking? So you've been lurking in the shadows. Well, I appreciate you for doing that. I'm so glad that you're saying hi to everybody. So everybody say hi to Terry Beth if you haven't already. Because you guys, you are the most happiest, positive booktubers ever. I'm gonna put that out there. So I'm gonna ask somebody to challenge me on that one. So see, right up under that message, it says, hi, Terry Beth from KT. I'm sorry, from I Found a Great Book, says, hi, Terry Beth. Musical Toddy says, welcome, Terry Beth. Thanks for joining. Kia Denae, hi, Terry. So it just goes on and on. So yeah. So I'm going to read the rest of your message. It says, newbie unlurking to say hi, everyone. Denise, I am 46 and can talk and can't walk stairs without losing my breath. I might start walking too, going back to lurk. Well, thank you so much. And lurking is fine with me, although that word kind of scary, but I'm just saying. No, I would say, well, just you are here. You're here with us in the chat room. So thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And walking is, to me, is like, it does so many different things. Number one, it's a good workout, especially after you go over 20 minutes. That's when you actually start burning fat. And for me, sometimes going into the gym, I would get so excited that I would do stuff that would rev up my heart rate, and I'm just burning sugar and not fat. And I learned all that from, watching the Biggest Loser show, and the coaches on there when they talk about that information, and like way back in the 90s and 80s, when seriously, y'all, I used to do step aerobics so good that I used to actually be the cover, like when the teacher wasn't there. I did a class and I did step aerobics, and it was so much fun. But that's just like high-end step aerobics, and I loved it. And now, no, you couldn't. No, I'd be like, it would probably take me a good couple of weeks to get warm up, even to get where I used to be. So the walking clears my mind. Even when I'm listening to a book, it's more peaceful than it is if I'm just sitting here in my place, because there's more books that I'm looking at. There's more art that I want to do. There's so much stimulation going on in my space, but I like it like that. I mean, I actually created it that way so that I can be constantly stimulated by the things that I love to do. But walking kind of clears that out. And even if I am going to go home back to paint, I may be so much clearer on the one subject matter that I want to paint on than I would be if I just stayed home looking at everything around me and just like a kid, ding, 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 I want to do that, I want to do that, kind of a thing. So walking is so beneficial in so many different ways. It calms me, and you get to see all the scenery. It's just beautiful. And I feel less introverted when I'm walking, because if I'm leaving the house, getting into the car and going to the gym, I always feel like a little more just like, why am I going inside another place? I do that at work. I need to get out of that habit of just being from one place or one building to the next. And that will help me move my body. So we can just walk together. So I'll tell you how I'm doing. This past week, I'll just let you know, I only walked twice on my lunch break. So I'm getting back to it. It was too dang cold. I just told y'all we had snow flurries at my job on Thursday. So no, I'm not walking in snow flurries. I'm spoiled. I don't live in Kansas anymore, where we used to get all kind of snow. I don't live in Florida anymore, where we didn't get any. I live here in Texas, and we skip winters all the time. We've had one bad winter actually two bad winters since I've been here. Yeah, two that I can really recall. The hail that looked like a whole bunch of snow on the ground. It was bad. And then that winter storm where my son made his first snowman ever, because he's a Florida kid. So it was dope. Anyway, so we skip a lot of winters, so I don't have any excuse other than the fact that August in Texas is so hot, you don't want to walk nowhere. So you got to get up really early in the morning and do that. So after speaking to Terry Beth, hello, everybody saying hi to Terry Beth. And going back up, because I only have one Baldwin. Hi, Miss Danielle. I miss Danielle. I'm sorry, I said hi, Miss Danielle. Musical Tati says, I miss Danielle. I miss Danielle too, as you could probably tell with those, especially, I'm telling you, my mother and my sister are the ones who got me into Baldwin. But when I think about Baldwin, I think about them, but I also think about Danielle because of those videos. I mean, they were exquisite. They were such great teaching tools. And I didn't say that already, but I'm just saying it was really good. Those of you who are new to Booktube and you did not get to witness her videos, really missed out. Seriously. There's been nobody to fill her shoes. Nobody. And so, and there probably won't be, because, she was one of a kind. And she's still around. She's on, in her gaming mood on Instagram. I wish she would put down them games and pick up a Baldwin and tell us about it. But anyway, but you ain't heard that from me. Go tell her. So Tati says, and Explore K. Hi, Explore K. Tati girl, don't even put that face. I haven't read any. You haven't read any Baldwin? Well, I'm telling you, when you do, please just let us know, because, I mean, even though that my sister and like the first Baldwin book that's the one I don't have in the stack, because it's sitting, I know where it's sitting. It's sitting with a bunch of other classic books, but anyway, and it's falling apart. And it's, I know, Tell Me How Long the Train's Been Gone. I believe that's the first one I read. And so that's the first one I read, and there was a part in it that kind of creeped me out. And I was like, my mama wanted me to read this Baldwin book. Who is this Baldwin dude? I know I got all kind of shine because I could see it. My mama wanted me to read Baldwin, and this is what he doing in this book. What's really going on? But then I just kept reading him and kept reading him, and I thought, oh my God, his mind is brilliant. And the thing is, before I was reading him, okay, I was actually listening to him, listening to things that he said, and reading things about James Baldwin. And of course, with the wonderful internet, you have years of stuff on there, you know. So I would read and listen and read and listen to things on the internet about him. Then when I read that book, and then I was like, okay, let me try another one. And then I read Giovanni's Room, and I just kept reading him and kept reading him. But all those years that I knew about him, I was reading and listening, and that was basically it. So yeah, it took me a long time to read him, even though I could have just went to my mother's shelf and got it, but I stole my sister's and she don't want it back. She know I got it. She don't want it now because it's all decrepit. But anyway, when you look him up on the internet, it says that he wrote at least 6 books. The Fire Next Time, Go Tell It on the Mountain, Giovanni's Room, Notes of a Native Son, which I really want because it's one of my favorite writers, Richard Wright, notes of his book, Native Son. And then, of course, Another Country, the ones I just showed you, and Nobody Knows My Name. I do not have that one. And then the plays, and it goes on and on. So there's a lot of information about James Baldwin on the internet. And then, of course, the movie I Am Not Your Negro, which is actually a documentary, and I went to Dallas to see that with James a couple of years ago when it came out. Was it 2 years ago? It wasn't last year, so maybe the year before that, so 2015 or 2016 rather. Wow. So I think it was 2016. I'm Not Your Negro came out in the theaters, and it was a British director who put it out and put it together. So I liked it, but I think it could have come on PBS. Seriously, it wasn't. I was expecting something. Actually, even when we were in the movie theater, everybody kind of we liked it. You could tell, but at the same token, like me and James were talking about it, and we were saying like PBS has actually probably put out better documentaries. I'm not trying to, bad shame that guy because I'm so glad it was in the theaters. Don't get me wrong, but um, there was a part in there that was more, I think, for the director. Because I mean, if I was directing something, I'm definitely going to do it my way too. But I'm just glad that he brought it to us. I'm very grateful. But I'm telling you, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it in the theater and waited till it's coming out on video or Netflix, wherever it's going to be now, good. Because we paid a lot of money. Well, I didn't pay. I'm just saying. James paid a lot of money and to go see it at the theaters. And I've literally seen better on PBS. That's all I'm saying. So, but it was good information. And it was good to hear him speak on the big screen. That was probably the best thing I think that we were both agreeing on. It was good to be able to go to the theater and have the privilege of seeing James Baldwin on the big screen. And then, yeah, the voiceovers and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. I did. But I'm just saying. I missed any. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Freeform Lady. I picked up more Baldwin because of her videos. Exactly. Exactly. It kept me wanting, it just kept that fire going for James Baldwin and his voice. And to tell you the truth, like, not that I said any lies here, but knowing that my mother is the one that introduced me, because my mother introduced me to Rita Dove and a lot of poets, because my family, we write a lot of poetry. My son was, on stage poet. But Sonia Sanchez made me love Baldwin even more. Like if you ever see Sonia Sanchez talk about Jimmy, oh man, and then all the other older poets and stuff talk about James Baldwin and his speeches and his essays and this, that, and the other. So other writers like made me appreciate him more, and Sonia Sanchez being one of my favorites as well. Just to hear her talk about him with just such great passion, and like I would get like teared up when Sonia Sanchez talks about James Baldwin. And there's a video on YouTube actually when they were dedicating, I think the street or something they were dedicating in New York City or Harlem or somewhere. I'm sorry, don't quote me, but I know it was in New York. And Sonia Sanchez did I guess the introduction of the street or the scent or something that they were naming after him. Gosh, my memory's bad. But anyway, it's really good. It's on YouTube. And if I can find it, maybe I'll link it. But you guys know that's a lot of work. And so I enjoy him. So now I'm actually going to, she made her videos private and oh, she did, Danny. Oh, so maybe we can convince her to unprivate them so we can see them. Hi, Randy Parks. I've already said hi to you. No, I'm just joking. But I did basically read the Blackout notebook. Yeah, where I am keeping notes for the Booktube Live for this year for the books I'm reading, the way I feel about it, getting more information on how to do reviews and stuff, and as well as keeping the names down of the people who are joining us here in the Booktube Live chat room. So I wrote down your name and I said, hey, and hey, internet husband, how are you? So I am totally enjoying the fact that you guys have given me more of your time, and these subscribers are still coming out of the woodwork. I don't know where they're coming from, but whoever shouts me out in their videos, which there was a time, one week where I had the videos up kind of loud because I was painting, and I would watch one video and I'd hear Freeform Lady say my name, and then Karen Runwright say and then I was like, whoa, my son was like, Mom, what's going on? I was like, it's the Blackout baby. It's the Blackout baby. And he just thought that was cute. He was like, oh, did you do that on purpose? I was like, no, these videos are playing and they're shouting me out. So thanks to you guys, to all the booktubers who are in the chat room, who are constantly talking about the Blackout and mentioning my name. And I hope that every time somebody comes over here and sees how many times I say y'all's names, that they're subscribing to you guys too. So I pray that it will just work back and forth so we can have more people to chat with and watch and entertain us with their recommendations, as well as we entertain them with what we're reading. So Explore K, I found this great book. Let me go back up. Freeform Lady says Baldwin's writing is everything. Freeform Lady. Oh, I wanted to read something. I'm supposed to be so together, but I'm just chatting. This is like the chattiest of the chattest. Chatterness. I don't know what that word could. I'm making up words. Put it in your dictionary, add it. Like Shonda Rhimes said, it's a word because I added it on my phone in the dictionary. So I just made it up. But anyway, let me go back to Randy. It says, hello, Denise Love. Thank you for the nice shout out. Also, we'll see. Now that I got my glasses on, I can see that you saw that I shouted you out. Anyway, I need Go Tell It on the Mountain I read Go Tell It on the Mountain last year, says KT. That's, yes, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Okay, don't make me go through these books again, but my little decrepit one. Yeah, that was the one. Oh, and talking about having a favorite every time I would read a Baldwin, except for, I'm not going to lie, the first Baldwin that I read, I will never say that was my favorite. It's just going to be the first Baldwin that I read, and that's Tell Me How Long the Train's Been Gone, like I've already said. But that's definitely not one of my favorites. But this is. And the Amen Corner and Go Tell It on the Mountain. Giovanni's Room was good. Another Country, to me, proved James Baldwin can write. And this is they're talking about an African-American man in this time where people are expecting him to do the norm that they think is the norm. For him to write in this voice of, like, this is all he should be writing about. And that book, to me, proves to his readers, to whomever doubted him, because it's definitely not his readers. We give him more credit than that, and not the we that are here now. I'm talking about the we of his peer group at that time, and the publishing companies at that time, or the newspapers, the critics, and whomever thought they knew who he was. I'm going to write this book, and anybody could have wrote it, and it's so good, and it's so good. It's that kind of literary book that I like, that is like, like you want to strangle some of the characters, or in the way that he gives it to you is so. I don't have words because I'm not James Baldwin, but if I had the words, I could explain how there is he's my top shelf. That's as good as it's going to get from me. He's a top shelf writer. He's a fine artist. He's that a difference between my folk art and um, Gauguin or Ken Dewali. Okay, high lit, fine art Ken Dewali on the same plane in the artist world, right? Denise Cooper, beautiful art. Yeah, I'm gonna call my art beautiful because that's that thing that you all have to have as an artist or a channel creator on YouTube. You have to have a little bit of vanity in order to put up a video and expect somebody to watch that. That is what we all have. This man possesses it, but the way he possesses it is told in his books, and especially this one. That God dang it, I have a brilliant mind. Welcome to my world. Sit down. You might learn something. Type of thing that I get from James Baldwin. That this is not just black men, me. This is how the world is. This is how America is. This is how America made black people. This is how America made white people. So if you're a white person and you get offended by something in this book, please keep reading. Please keep reading. Do not think that you know what he is really trying to say with some stuff that made me crack up because it was so on point. But please keep reading. I recommend this for anybody that is African American, white American, and abroad. Everybody should read The Fire Next Time. If you think you know anything about America, it may educate you in a way that you will sit yourself down and read a 106-page book in 6 days instead of just one, because it really is a short read, but again, it's heavy light. So, James Baldwin, like Freeform Lady said, his writing is everything. That's what she said in the chat room. I co-signed on it. I just went on a freaking rant. Thank you, Freeform Lady. But anyway, seriously, he's brilliant. Okay, he's a brilliant mind. Imagine all the awards he'd be winning right now. And can we just dig up some awards and give them to him? Just really. That's how good the man is. So if you have not read him, don't be mad. I see books on my shelf and I go, why come I haven't read that? And then when I read it, I go, but I have now, that kind of thing. So just read it, and when you get a chance to put it on your TBR, your to be read list, or you CTW, or can't wait to read, as I like to call it, read it and enjoy the lesson. I found this great book. Says I got turned on to Baldwin in my Black Lit class in college in 1981. You guys are inspiring me to go back and reread his books. Awesome. Awesome. I bet you that was a good class. I mean, yeah, turn you on to Baldwin. Yeah, we didn't read Baldwin in my high school. We sure didn't. And so anyway, and if we did, it was probably in like the social studies where you have this, little blurbs of Langston, Maya, James Baldwin. But I really don't remember James Baldwin being in our books. I always remembered Langston Hughes, of course, because I'm from Kansas. He was in Kansas. Definitely was in there. Maya Angelou was always in there. Let me see who else. Gwendolyn Brooks, Kansan. And so a lot of poets and, writers who were kind of from the Midwest were in our books. So James Baldwin being a New Yorker and then dying in France, even he is the great I am that he is. I don't remember him being in our books, and somebody in my high school or grade school can correct me, but it's sure I don't remember it. I remember my mother and my sister introducing me, not the school system. So thanks for the insight. I'm discovering so many amazing authors. Thanks to you. I appreciate you. I say thanks to Booktube because or thanks to my mama, thanks to my daddy. My daddy was a college professor and he had all kind of books. My mom read books every week and was given to me like I could read as fast as her. No, mama. No, I'm trying to dance in the talent show. I'm not reading a book right now. But anyway, yeah, that's a little Q&A for you. So I'm going to show the library haul after an hour. We're an hour and 14 minutes. I'm going to show them and bend over and do all that inappropriate stuff that I do. My face is hecka shining. Anyway, sip. Coltrane. Sip, Coltrane, and dip. Sip, Coltrane, and dip. I know y'all was saying it with me, right? Sip, Coltrane, and dip. I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna go through the books. I got my little liquid. I can still talk now. All right, so we're going to talk about just a little bit about these books. I'm glad you guys are hanging around. It's over an hour. We're an hour and 14 minutes. There are 16 people still in the chat room or lurking behind and watching. Thank you. Now, we talked about the free book that I just got. I did a video on it from Cynthia, or Cheryl Robinson, and I went to the library, and bam, let me see what I'm looking at. So, oh, it's kind of live is... My internet must be working real good. There ain't no lag. I just saw me and I did the exact same thing. So this is Remember Me. I'm listening to this right now and I am on CD number, what, 3 or something? 1 is in here, 2 is in here, so 3 is not. I'm on CD number 3 and there are only 8 CDs. So I kind of wanted to finish this one while I'm finishing this painting. Now, Remember Me is pretty good. Now, it's telling a story about these high school girls. Now, it's going back and forth. It's talking about parents, relationships. So you get the older adult relationships, you know, the cheating husband, you know. But, I mean, it's not a spoiler. Really, it's not a spoiler because, I mean, it tells you pretty much on the blurb. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe I lied. But I'm going to read the blurb. 2 best friends set the limits of loyalty in a stirring new novel of friendship, betrayal, and forgiveness. So when I read that, I'm thinking, and I'm only on the 3rd CD, and I'm thinking, is her friend going to betray her? Because you got this good buildup of these 2 friends and their high school days, 1 black girl, 1 white girl. And the white girl's parents are very racist, and she doesn't like her dad. And the black girl's parents just, she does not get along with her dad because her dad married some hussy right after her mother passed away. And so, spoiler alert, sorry. Anyway, so when I pick up this book, if y'all watch the recording, I mean, don't, okay? But anyway, I don't think I'm spoiling anything because I'm only on 3 CDs. I don't know what's happening yet. I mean, I do, but I don't. And so when it says the friendship and the betrayal and forgiveness, so these 2 girls, I'm thinking either one of them is going to get the man, or maybe, you know, there's some guy involved where they, you know, betrayed each other. I don't know, but I'm like trying to rush it along while I'm reading. I actually sat down and took my little break and I was listening to it. And then I got up and put my Johnny back on and start painting. But yeah, I like it. So thank you so much to Cheryl Robinson for coming into the chat room last week. And if you're out there lurking and watching, now you're going to make me say that all the time, but if you were watching, I really appreciate you. I'm so glad I found you in the library. The name just jumped out. I was like, ah! And she's got lots of books, and we talked about her website. I think we, yeah, I did link it on the unboxing video. So I'll add it to this week, or it might be already down there because she was here last weekend. Don't quote me. I'll put it down there again. Remember Me, Cheryl Robinson. And so I'm listening to this one currently, and hopefully we'll finish my painting tonight and that book, which, oh, I also finished this week, as you guys know, if you're following me on Goodreads, The Warmth of Other Suns. Okay, so I got to take this one back because this is not part of the library haul because I already got this one, I think December last year. So I just finished this one this week, and it's the second listen. I can listen to things like this again because it's nonfiction, but the way she tells the story, it's, you know, these 3 characters that she follows along with the Great Migration and, you know, the Southerners moving to all points, you know, west to California or east to New York, anywhere up north. And they're such educated that she's got the statistics in here where she talks about the Southerners who migrated that statistically were smarter than their like when they moved up north, their counterparts, white or black. And I'm telling you, you know, the Great Migration, they wasn't ready. And so unfortunately, even with all their education, they still had to take lower paying jobs. And you're talking about a doctor, and that all they wanted him to do because he was black is to take pulses, you know, come on. So then it talks about everything. I'm talking about, it gets and it catches you up to date. You know, if it wasn't for these great migration that happens, and even that was debatable, the fact that people didn't want to call it the great or recognize it as a great migration, because you're right here in America, and even African Americans that didn't want to be called, um, uh, you know the word, I forget, because I didn't mean to talk about this book. I just wanted to tell y'all that I finished it, because I think I talked about it before, but it's so good. Oh my God. Oh God, I can't think. But anyway, it brings you up to date with people that you recognize. So she names drops, you know, the Tupac Shakurs, the Michael Jordans, and the Barack Obamas, which I just watched on Netflix. If you love our president, Barack Obama, like I do, or just interested in still seeing his suave, smooth self, his handsome, fine self. I'm sorry, I'm saying that in all due respect to the wonderful First Lady, Michelle. And he's on Netflix with David Letterman. And it's awesome. I listened to that right before live, and I was like, I'm not going to be late. I'm going to start it, you know, to make sure that I can be done with it. And he's just so good. Okay. I got the Toni Morrison. And since my video cut off and I knew Tati would get me, that's why I want to show these. So the Toni Morrison is Tar Baby. It's the read along with Read So Lit. Hashtag Read So Lit with Dee Dee over at Brown Girl Reading. And this is for February during Black History Month. We're reading, and that's a reread for me. And so since I've read it before 2 years ago, and I love it, it is one of my favorites, but not my favorite Toni Morrison, but it's one of my favorites because it's so good. I'm going to listen to it this time, but I do have the physical book, and I like the physical book so much that I think I'll probably dabble back and forth. So when I'm at work, I'll take that book with me so I can read it on my lunch break, and then when I come home to work on my painting for the week, I can actually listen and not get lost and be all late with the painting and so forth. So I got this here. This is Kimberly Lawson Roby, and it's called Love, Honor, and Betray. So I'll be listening to this, and I'll be listening. This is a recheckout. If you saved my library audio hauls before, I did check this out for the second time because I didn't get to this one. This was around the time I had The Fisherman, and I mean all these great books, and I was listening to King Peggy, and I kept checking things out, and I had to take this one back because it was due. This is Stories by L.A. Banks, Tana Nariv Dew, and Brandon Massey, narrated by Ty Jones, J.D. Jackson, and Robin Miles. And Robin Miles just did, wait a minute, Robin Miles just did an audio book. No, this is Susan Spain. Did Robin Miles do The Warmth of Other Suns? Hold on. Hold that thought. A voice from everywhere and blah, 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 blah. Robin Miles, The Warmth of Other Suns. She's freaking amazing. So, yeah. And she's doing this one too. So, I can't wait. That's called The Ancestors. And then I got The Cartel #2 because, you know, I'm going to be reading The Cartel the 3rd or the 4th week of this month. And Cartel 1, I got the physical book, so that's the 2, and this is the 3, because I think that I'm going to just, it'll be catchy to, you know, listen to the whole series. Pearl Cleage, someone that you guys didn't see on the other unbox, or unhaul, or not unhaul, library audio book haul, get it together. So anyway, okay, Gabrielle Union. Pearl Cleage, till you hear from me. Okay, till you hear from me. I want to say until so bad, but it's till you hear from me. Okay? And I am glad I'm doing the Blackout because I get to revisit Pearl Cleage. I've read about 3 of her books. Oh, and then the nonfiction, the one that she had for her daughter. I remember I checked that out at the library. I don't own that one. Oh, and then I have the one where Oprah dedicated all the, you know, did all the dinner for Cicely Tyson and all those beautiful women. We say their names, we call their names or whatever. It's a cute little book, and basically it's a poem. We speak their names. That's what it is. And so I have that book, and it's just cute, and I wanted it. I saw the show. I was all in tears and verklempt and all that good stuff. And so I get to go revisit Pearl Cleage. Yes. The red dress one is, I think, one of the first ones I read. And yeah, what looks like crazy on an ordinary day. Oprah's Book Club selection. Some Things I Never Thought I'd Do, Babylon Sisters, I read that one, and Baby Brothers Blues. That's the one I couldn't think of, but I knew it had something to do with the blues. Winner of the 2006 NAACP Image Award and the African American Literary Award for Fiction. So she's very good. She's an award-winning writer, and I like her. And, ooh, I just saw Barack Obama. Okay, just when it appears that all her hard work on Barack Obama's presidential campaign is about to pay off with the White House job, 35-year-old Ida B. Wells Dunbar finds herself on Washington, D.C. Pearl Cleage is going in history and taking names and then making her characters those names. I see that. I see you. Okay, I like it already. I'm not going to read all of it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I might listen to that one next. And then another Cheryl Robinson. Yay! I'm just so excited. When I get Where I'm Going by Cheryl Robinson, narrated by Sherry Pill. And this is another Griot audio. And like I told you guys, I think they do really good audiobooks. So that's that one, Cheryl Robinson. That is it for my audiobook haul from the library, you guys. They're all African-American authors, and it is the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. No, I ain't crazy. It's the Blackout. Say what? I'm reading all African-American books this year, 2018, and listening to audiobooks with my 52 paintings. One painting a week, one book a week. So basically, probably about, a little bit more than that with the boost of the audios. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for lurking, watching, joining in on the conversation, saying hello, and being so cordial to one another. I appreciate you. James Baldwin, it was an amazing week. J. California Cooper last week was an amazing week. And so this week going forward, we'll talk about that tomorrow when I do the rest of the bookshelf tour, and you get to see the rest of my TBR for this month if you haven't seen it already. Thank you so much, Johnny. Please take us out. Bye, everybody. Good night. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, Bob Marley. Thank you, my sister, Sabrina. You're the bestest. I love being a little sister. They still give me gifts and stuff. Like I'm a little girl. Girl, I'm about to be 53 this year. 13 still strong. What y'all want? What y'all want me to do? What you need? I ain't got nothing else. I got a little rum in my Coke, though. I got a little rum in my girl. I'm sorry. Let me stop playing. Bye, Kia Denae. I'm sorry to embarrass you, child. Bye, Musical Tati. Bye, KT. Bye, Pretty Brown-Eyed Reader. Good night, Baby Jackson. Good night, Randy. Good night, Denise Rader. Good night, Comfy Cozy Up. Good night, Explore K. Good night, Angela D. Hi, everyone. She says, good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. I put those initials in there, Tati. I found a great book. Have to leave. I truly enjoy what you are doing, Denise. Thank you so much, hon. Thanks for bringing us together and creating the Blackout 2018. Good night, everyone. That makes me feel so sweet. I thank you. I appreciate it. And Najiri had a wonderful comment last week, and I didn't get to read it. And it was basically along the same lines. Just, I'm grateful for writers who inspire us to read our stories. Their stories that they want to tell, the Black experience or the imaginative experience written by a Black person. That is what I want to celebrate. And Dee Dee over at Read So Lit creates the best hashtags, and Read So Lit is very important to us all. And it's just a wonderful celebration of who we are to read the writers that celebrate us. Like Toni Morrison said, I write for Black people. Anybody can read it. This is not exclusive, we're not trying to weed anybody out. It's about celebrating independent writers who are African American. It is about reading African American books this year. Not that we haven't read these books before, and not that Ink and Paper Blog, who reads them with ease, or Joe the Retired Book Nerd, or any other white or Spanish or Asian booktuber that I have seen just recommend, and British booktubers who recommend books by African Americans on the regular, or just in their, you know, their huge book hauls. There's African American presence in there. That is not, you know, it's not like you had to tell them to read it. But some people want that nudge. Some people need that nudge. Some people welcome it. Some people don't understand why I would not read diverse when I've been reading diverse all my life. But I've been reading African American first because that's first who I am. There's no debating why I'm reading all African American in 2018. It's all about a celebration of. So thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you for an hour and 30 minutes and 25 seconds. I gotta shut this down because ain't nobody gonna try to watch this back. Hi, Nicole. I appreciate you guys that actually have reached out to me and said that you are watching while you're painting. There are a couple of artists that are doing that, and I appreciate it. And people are asking, do I have a podcast? I actually got an email from someone that started people doing podcasts. I don't know if I have anything else to offer than what I'm doing now. So why do a podcast? I'm not sure. I looked into it. Some of them cost money. There's no way I'm going to pay for that. So because I'm already doing it like here, where you can actually see the books, and maybe a podcast is because I'll have more thought out program. And if that's what you're suggesting, thank you. I'm so sorry. But really, truly, I'm not gonna dismiss it. I just don't want to pay for a podcast. And yeah. So that's that. I enjoy you guys. I appreciate it. Again, this is the blackout, baby. It's the blackout. It's the blackout. And I'm going to look with no glasses, up all and close and personal. And say goodbye to you and you and you. Good night, Stephen Massey. Good night, Marley Massey. Good night, Kansas folks. Good night, Florida friends. Good night, Texas baby loves. I love you. All my kids are here. And I appreciate it. Oh, Tasha moved. She's only an hour or two away. But anyway, good night, you guys. I appreciate your presence. It makes me feel great. Now I gotta go finish this painting. I ain't got time to be talking to y'all no more. Hold up. Let me hurry and take a couple of pictures and put it on Instagram and be up and out this piece. Okay, did I forget how to turn off live? There we go. Alright, guys. Not African American, but he sure did change some African Americans, didn't he? Yes, he